I'm sharing my screen. Hopefully it's visible. Ladies and gentlemen, in your line set up and I audible. Just want to make sure. And I audible. Okay, I guess so. Regain clarity through journaling. First of all, I want to see you guys. Raise your hand if you have ever tried journaling recently. One, one, two, three, four. Okay, thank you for raising your hands. If I recall, my last experience in journaling was in high school, and it was a school assignment, probably bahasa Indonesia, to do some kind of buku harian things that shaped my storytelling skill at the time, but it was not for emotional intelligence purpose. So let's see what is this about. Let's start with why. Why did I start this journaling things? There are three things. First of all, I felt that I had a low energy recently in my life. Second thing, I had a very packed schedule and I need to regain clarity. The third thing is obviously this project is required for me in Toastmasters. For your information, this project is mandatory in Motivation Strategies and in some other part. So here is the thing, my schedules that was so packed and I felt overwhelmed and I really needed something to help me navigate through this. Of course, besides being ambitious or anything that is action oriented, I needed something more that deeper into my emotional side. So I tried this kind of journal. And how did it happen? I want to let you know that this journaling project is focused on this to identify my primary emotion, which is basically impulse. It happens spontaneously. For example, when something flies through this side, okay, of course we will try to do it like this. After that, the second emotion is control. How do we respond to the first impulse? Like, oh, okay, I need to be more careful. Or, oh, I met at that thing, I need to chase it. And after that, what is the outcome? And after about 2 weeks of journal, I want to share to you some remarkable parts that I have found. Okay, by the way, before it, let's navigate through this. I had a full-time job which is 3 days working from office and 2 days working from home. A music production course on Monday night and Wednesday night. And there are some other projects outside of those things. This is a music project that I have to do rehearsal at night, and this is an opportunity to get more income, and I have to navigate through all of them. Let's see about this music production review. There was a moment about last Monday, not this Monday, but the previous Monday, when we had to showcase what we had made throughout the entire few weeks. And I was embarrassed because my work was not as good as the others. They made things more advanced, but I made it very plain. So the impulse was embarrassment. But after that, I started to think, well, I still have a lot to learn, a lot to improve. And being surrounded by those more advanced students actually was a privilege for me to learn from them. So it gave my excitement. And after that, I could have upcoming practices and I try to get along with them more to gain knowledge from them. That's one case. Another case, during rehearsal of a music team, there was one troublemaker that he always came late there, and even he did not pay attention to our arrangement. Although he was the one who arranged it earlier, I was very mad. It triggered my anger. But if I continue to feel my anger at that time, it will cause a rage and it will cause a big fight that not only affected me and him, but affected the whole team. Fortunately, this one occurred during my project of emotional intelligence. So I tried to pause and I thought if I reminded him softly, he will not hurt because he did it repetitively. So I tried to remind him in a moderate way. So not too soft, but not too hard. That was the cost of self-control. Third case, Power BI training proposal. Actually, I got a project to train employees in other company about Power BI. It was still one proposal, and I did the role play or the simulation with their team. And at the time, actually, it was on my work hours, and I had another online meeting right now. So it was a bit overwhelming for me. I tried to shift my focus, but okay. I tried to ignore my work at that time for a while to regain focus for this training. But is there any failure? Of course. Most of my failures came from this physical fatigue or lack of sleep. So this is a lesson learned that physical and emotional state are interconnected. And what's next? My upcoming plans about this. First, I want to integrate the physical and mental aspects by working out more regularly and applying discipline bedtime. During this journaling, I try to set bedtime in my phone, so at certain time my phone color disappeared. It turned into grayscale. But it did not work out because I just turned it back into colorful and it continues only to social media. So I need to make it strict. And also I need to regain control of my schedules by saying no to non-family related activities and direct schedules for my personal goals. After all, here is a quote from Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist that was well known recently. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, but sometimes see that we need to see long term. So, can you see long term? Back to Osasa.
Emotions are a part of being humans. Won't you agree? Please give a round of applause to Toastmaster Hans, because his speech was just a testament of that. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, what an amazing and insightful speech about how our emotions can impact our daily life and others as well. There are some things that I really enjoy about Toastmaster Hans' speech. First, notice that he used a visual aids, but it's not like your lecturers or your teachers that put a lot of things in the visual aids that you have to read all of them. No, he just put simple points and then he explained it really, really well. So it's very efficient and very concise. The second is that his speech was very structured. He began the speech with a question about emotions. And then he put why and how his emotions impacted his daily life. And then he even put great tips at the end on how to maintain those emotions. What an amazing and insightful speech. But even the best of speeches need room of improvement. The first one that I can suggest. This speech was talking about emotions, but I barely see any emotion from his facial expressions. When he was talking about being angry, you could show your emotion with angry face. When you're talking about feeling sad, you can use your facial expression to convey that emotion. Next is to use your body gesture more effectively. I noticed when he was talking, he even moved the mic like this. The online audience cannot hear me saying anything right now because the mic is over here. So make sure as a speaker, we have to be aware of our surrounding and our body language as well so that the message can be conveyed even better. To challenge you to be more aware of your speech and of your surrounding, try to slow down your pace of speaking. So in the next speech, try to pick something that is easy for you to pace it down a little bit. All in all, I think you had a great structure. You had great use of visual aids, and you might want to work on your facial expressions and slow down the pace of your speech. Thank you for showing us and teaching us about emotions, and I cannot wait to see you in the future. Back to you, GE.